When you can't pay, what do you do? All your dead end attempts lead.
This song's called Seattle.
The things I shouldn't say. Oh, difficult. Why's it gotta be so hard? It's like you only hold my heart to watch it fall apart. So 5 words for our demise. There's 3's too many lovers, or not to love anyone twice. Difficult. Why's it gotta be this way? I always keep my eyes shut, fearful of the things I shouldn't say. Why's it gotta be so hard? It's like you only hold my heart. Oh, to watch it fall apart. Should I keep my eyes shut, or watch you slip away?
Hey everybody, I'm Roger Protector back here at the Dead Dog Barn. Of course, we're doing Behind the Red Car, and today's band is JessXTine and the Chaos Queens. Did I say that correctly?
That's correct.
All right. So anyway, once you guys introduce yourselves to the camera, because they don't know who you are yet.
I'm JessXTine.
I'm Michael. I play lead guitar.
I'm Jesse, the drummer.
And I am Dylan. I manage these beautiful people.
He's a bandman.
Yes.
And I understand we're short a guy right now. We're waiting on him to show up, and we don't normally cut someone out, but
Joey.
we're just doing this to be short.
Joey's a hard worker, and he's had a lot going on the past little bit, so he's he's good.
So if someone walks up in the middle of the interview, it might be Joey. Or the Amazon guy. Last time it was
Really
the
tall
Amazon
man.
guy.
Yeah.
Last time the Amazon
That's
guy
fine.
showed up right in the middle of the interview. Anyway, so this name, I gotta hear about it. Where'd it come from? JessXTine and Chaos Queens.
Okay, so I started off Silhouette. My name is Jess. Middle name Christine. Combined it. Made a stage name, JessXTine.
Okay.
Became a duo with him last year, and then we wanted to form a band to like prep for a festival. we were playing. That would be cool if we had a band.
Okay, so y'all
Kinda just
hired
like-
for a festival,
Mhm.
and that's when you, instead of just doing 2 gigs, y'all
Yeah.
wanted to make it bigger.
We wanted a whole band.
Okay.
And that's when Jesse came in and then Stephanie
Started playing
and then
drums. Yeah, see, I was on drums, but I
oh
like,
yeah,
I was on drums, but I like playing guitar.
Okay. All right.
yeah.
We kicked him off the drums.
We kicked him off the drums, and we got
Jesse's
we got a badass drummer.
All right. So what, I want to know about the other part of the name. We got the first part. What about the Chaos Queen?
That came from me and Dill Pickle. So
Oh, no, Dill Pickle. All right. Okay.
So that's my nickname. My name is Dylan, but the band all calls me Dill Pickles. And
Okay.
so Jess and I,
Tommy Pickles.
yeah. Well, I don't know if you ever watched Mr. Pickles, the cartoon, but yes,
yeah, that's-
a little bit on that line too. But Jess and I are like best friends. We go and we hang out, and sometimes we'll go out, and sometimes we'll hit the after hours bars and things like that, and we just cause chaos. You know what I mean? And so that's when we came up. It was a good way because everybody was like JessXTine, and I was like, you kind of rhymes, right? JessXTine and the Chaos Queen, so we kind
yeah,
of
that
goes
was
together.
his Chaos Queens was totally his idea. So.
Yeah, it totally rolls off the tongue.
Actually, I came to Michael with it when I was like, "How do you feel about the chaos?"
Yeah, I said I really liked
you
it.
guys are.
I said I really liked
You guys are
it.
the Chaos.
He's like, "You
Queens
got
in
to."
this
He has
situation.
sit down and
That's
rate it.
correct.
Yeah, no, it reminded me of Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I was like,
That's a
that's
good
really
reference.
He said, "So now I got to be a queen."
Yeah.
Jesse over there. I want to know what Jesse thinks.
About what?
The name.
Oh, you like it?
You like being a chaos queen?
Okay, that's awesome.
And,
All right,
and
love
it's
it.
also kind of an homage to Queen. Like,
Okay.
I mean, if I remember one time Dave Grohl saying, "If it's good enough for Queen, it's good enough for us." And so, that, and we're really supportive of LGBTQ plus, and so it just kind of brings all that in together on that.
Okay. And we support everybody. We don't care what any of
Exactly, we're all people, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's all good. So the next question I had was going to your guitar. I took notice of the guitar up there. Please tell people about the guitar.
The story behind my guitar.
Yes, we want to know the guitar.
Okay.
And so it's a Budweiser Select.
So they were asking me why
There's
the
autographs on it.
Budweiser guitar.
All right, you'll put this one.
Oh yeah, somebody go
Yeah,
grab
grab it.
that for
Yeah.
her.
So she
We
can
gotta
talk.
see this thing on camera.
So I would not typically go for a Budweiser Select guitar.
Would you drink Budweiser Select beer?
I don't know.
Terrible beer. Sorry. Terrible.
I don't even drink beer. It
Terrible.
tastes like piss.
No, horrible.
There it is.
You've been drinking.
Would
the
not
wrong-
typically be my
You've been
guitar.
drinking the
There you
wrong
go.
beers, then.
Signed
I
by
typically-
Bush.
Gavin
signed by
Rossdale and the
Bush.
whole crew, baby.
Gavin Rossdale signature is on the guitar. One of my buddies called me one day and he said that his buddy had a guitar at his pawn shop and it was signed by the band Bush, and that is one of my favorite bands ever. And so I immediately had to go and get that guitar the same day. And I didn't usually play it live. I just started playing it live because, I don't know, it sounded really good one night, and I was like, I kind of feel like I'm channeling Gavin Rossdale through it when I'm playing this song that I wrote. Gory is heavily inspired by Bush, so kind of felt like the energy flowing through that guitar, and decided I was going to use it live for whatever reason.
Okay. I mean, because most people would take something like that and hang it on their wall or lock it away or, protect it. And,
Yeah, that's why I'm a chaos queen.
Whatever, it's awesome.
And I even dropped it at our first gig. Was it our first gig? No, it was our second gig.
Second
At
gig, yeah.
Caves. I dropped it really bad on the grounds, and I was like, this was probably a bad idea that I used the guitar, and I kept
So,
using it anyway.
so I guess the dumber question for me would be, do you have another guitar? Or is that, I'm not.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of brothers.
Oh, I mean, I know most people with the guitars have 100 of them. That's just a dumb question.
I don't know, like currently I love that guitar.
Yeah. That, I mean, it's so crazy.
I do have a Fender that I loved, a Telecaster. It's like mint green, and I bought it because it reminded me of Nirvana and Hole. They're like some of my favorite bands that inspired my
Did you
music.
hear any of the that thing Post Malone's doing, the Post Nirvana?
He told me about that,
That-
and I was like, that's kind of cool, but
It
kind
does
of
the
weird.
guy justice, I think.
Really, I haven't heard it.
As much as people want to hate Post Malone, I mean,
No, I think he's cool. He's funny.
the shit's cool. I mean, to me, I think if Kurt Cobain was alive, the
You probably appreciate it.
Post Malone sounds better than what Kurt,
Kurt
what
would,
Kurt
yeah.
would sound like.
No, that guy's phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah.
he's really like what he's been able to accomplish in his career and
Yeah.
how
And he's got a
been
great
able to stay-
voice,
Yeah,
too.
so
He's from Dallas, Texas.
yeah, Grapevine.
Oh, is he?
Grapevine, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Grapevine.
His dad worked for the Cowboys, the
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's why he has a Canes.
He was some kind of
that's why he has
vendor
his
or
own like
something.
Dallas Cowboy themed Canes.
It's one off the Northwest Highway.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that. That's
I
awesome.
mean, it's pretty cool. Mm.
Well, I fuck with Post Malone.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
That's awesome. So, are you guys working on recordings? You have recordings out?
We have one, and it's one that me and Michael did before the band. So it's
Okay, so
kinda-
JessXTine
Yeah.
and the Chaos Queens doesn't have any music like, say, Spotify or...
we're working on that. We're gonna be in the studio in the very near future.
Okay.
Again, in the next couple of months. We're
Cool.
gonna get.
Y'all doing a lot of live
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, we have. How many shows do we have?
So we have G Willikers tonight, which today is April 12th. 12th. I know this is going to air later, so I want to make sure. And then next week we'll be here, Dead Dog Barn.
That bar.
Yeah, playing with
This
Iron
will already happen
Man,
when you see this. So.
Hedonistic Punk Vatos,
Oh, yeah,
Thin
yeah.
White Line, and Sweet. What's their name?
Sweet Sensation.
Sweet Sensation. So we're really looking forward to playing with those guys. Then after that, we'll be at Studio 801 doing a tiny concert on that. After that, we will be going to Cicadas. That will be May 10th, right? And
Is that an Arlington bar?
that's a Fort Worth bar.
Fort Worth, okay.
Yeah, Fort Worth bar. So we got that through Silly Goose Productions. So shout out to Silly Goose.
I like these names. Those names are
Silly Goose.
so crazy.
I know, right? No, the lady from Silly Goose is such a sweetheart. I just contacted her on Facebook Messenger. She answered me almost instantly, and we got it set up for May 10th. And then May 23rd, we're really pumped to make our Deep Ellum debut. That's going to be at Ruins, May 23rd. And we will be playing with Powder Blue Express and gosh, I can't remember the name of the other band. I'm embarrassed, but but Ruins on May 23rd, and then June 28th we'll be at Growl Records. We'll be playing with King Otter and Grand Illusion.
And then in July, right?
Yeah, in July
Festival.
we'll be doing another festival with Studio 801. So,
Damn.
Do you have dates for July or potentially August yet?
No, they
Not
haven't
yet.
set the date yet, so we
yeah.
will have to get.
Sounds like we were pretty lucky to get you guys in here today.
Yeah.
As
And next
looking
Saturday.
at your calendar, and next Saturday, 2 weeks in a row. When we set this up, I was like, holy crap, man, these guys are going to come out 2 weeks in a row. They're going to hate us.
No.
Just because I want to make sure to get it in there, what online presence do y'all have? Where can people find you online?
So we're like on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We have a YouTube channel.
Just search,
Spot-
just Google
Spotify.
Jess, JessX, the letter X, TINE, JessXTine, and all of our socials will come up. That's the easiest way to find us. And we're working on our social media presence, trying to consolidate it, but we're still kind of early in, so we've got a lot of different things on that.
We have like more like videos, live performances.
Yeah,
Okay.
So people-
TikTok is the best place to find us, find our performances.
Yeah, I
because
post
we
a
have-
lot of our performances.
Yeah, so JessXTine_07, right?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an other channel.
Okay. Anyway, if you search
look
up
up JessXTine,
JessXTine,
you'll find me.
you'll find
Yeah.
it, you know. Yeah.
So, how does y'all songwriting process go? Are y'all working on that? Like,
So I actually wrote these songs. I've been writing these songs since I was like in high school.
okay.
So I
Throwing
already
up the
had all
guys
these.
and
Yeah.
those songs for the guys. What's cool with it?
I've had all these songs written for a while, and the guys came in and just like put their touch on it.
They add their stuff to
Yeah.
it. And,
And make it come to life. They make it amazing.
Yeah.
what kind of, if you had to label it, what would you call your music? Because I ain't heard it yet, and I'm ready.
Grunge pop. is
Hold on,
what-
grunge
label.
pop. We heard so many different titles out here. I love that one. What was the one we heard? Oh god, sorry, it was for last week. Damn, I love grunge pop. That doesn't.
Yeah, well, it's inspired by the '90s bands,
Yeah.
Nirvana, Hole, Bush, those guys like that.
Alice in
But
Chains.
there's Alice in Chains. But there's hooks in each one of the songs that make it fun to sing along.
The
with.
girls relate to it, and the guys are like, "Grr."
Yeah.
I'm like more anxious to hear it. I really am.
The awesome part is, as we're recording this interview, we have not yet heard this band.
Not at all.
Oh wow, I
So
didn't know
to
you
all
guys
of
had
us-
this yet.
What you guys are doing is new. So normally we've already heard you by the time we do this. So this is
To be fair.
a fun. To be fair,
To be
This is
fair.
a prize for
this
you.
is fun. Yeah.
I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised. The band has a great sound. Each one of these guys is phenomenal musicians, right? They all play multiple instruments, and Joey's not here right now, but I call Joey the genius. He's he's a bass player, so he's in at least 3 or 4 bands. You know what I mean? So
Bass players are rare
Hard to
animals,
come
right?
by.
He's guitar and bass, and
Guitar and bass,
depending on
yeah.
what band.
yeah, and so we have a really good mix of musicians and artists in here and performers, and we're tightening up our set every time that we play, and like I said, we kind of treat these shows. We always want to put our best product out. You know what I mean? A lot of the shows that we're having to do right now are not paid shows, of course, because we're just kind of getting started. But we're okay with that, right?
So y'all do all original music, you know?
All original. Well, we do a
original.
couple of covers.
You do
too.
some covers? And,
Yeah.
Just like
Similar to like if you go see your favorite band in a concert, right? I mean, I went and saw Guns N' Roses. They do "Knocking on Heaven's Door," right?
Yeah.
I'm dating myself a little bit, I know, but but it's our own spin on it, and it's part of hooking that audience in, right? People love, some people love original music, but a lot of people, they want to hear something that resonates with them. And if you can hook them in with your own little version of a song that they love, then it really makes them pay attention to the other stuff that you're doing on that, and it really brings them into that.
basically, we are not a cover band. We just play like one
Yeah.
or two.
No
Just to get
shade
the crowd
against cover or tribute bands,
Yeah.
because I know some fantastic and phenomenal cover and tribute bands that I know and we work with and stuff like that. And so, for example, next weekend we're working with Iron Man, and those
I'm
guys
excited.
dude, I am so excited to see them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a cool bunch of fellas.
So, if I may, as a musician myself, I like to try to cram this in when I can. For the band members, down the line, yes, we've got a good sense of yours, but I'd still like to hear from you as well. What are all of your influences? What got you playing?
Nirvana,
Oh.
Bush, Hole. Actually, the reason I started playing guitar, the very first reason I started picking up a guitar when I was a kid was because my dad showed me a video when I was like, might have probably like around 5 years old. And there was like a video on VH1 of Hurt playing live like in 1976 or 1977. And they played Crazy on You. And it was Nancy Wilson on an acoustic guitar doing a badass solo. And I was like, I'm going to learn that solo if it kills me. And I learned it. I finally learned it like in high school. That's when I played guitar the most in high school. and I learned the whole solo when I was in high school. Now I can play half of it.
Mark that down, Heart Solo.
Now I got something else to
we
talk
have
about
here,
later. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I want to hear from Michael and Jesse over
Yes.
there. Who are their influences?
Michael.
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 Well,
Or go Jesse.
hold on.
Go Jesse.
Yeah, do Jesse first.
Chingo, Michael.
I'll explain what I'm
Thought-
doing.
Go
Okay,
Jesse.
I'll
I
explain. I promise.
I started when I was
Okay.
15 with my father because he started playing music from the what early 60s, and so I was on the bass trying to learn. So my father's a bass player. He said, "Hey, what are you doing?" "Well, I'm trying to learn bass." "No, I don't need a bass player. I'm the bass player. I need a drummer." So from a bass to drums, okay, and so
That's a jump.
exactly. So what I had, go to school. I was in junior high. I would skip school once a week just to go to my dad's house and practice. And so from there on, I just jumped to different groups, man. It started with Tejano Conjunto, country, blues and rock. I started doing all that type of music. And so for me, I could squeeze in to any style of music. So when I got with these guys here, very talented, and I want to stay here, And I have offers to play with other groups, but I prefer this guys here. Very talented.
So,
Thank you, Jesse.
so if you had to pick a top 3 most influential on you as a player, who would it be?
Drummers.
Whether it be drummers, bands, whatever, doesn't matter.
Well, drummer, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I love Rush, man. The drummer of Rush.
Neil Peart.
He's,
Neil Peart is a fucking god.
yeah, he's a king right there, man. So
Glad he here setting his drums up because he still be setting them up.
he's a king, man.
Gonzo, you got Gonzo. Yeah. Bon-
Yeah. I'm curious.
Now, have you heard his son, Jason Bonham?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With Sammy?
Yeah. Jason Bonham's got it,
I love
dude.
that Sammy band, the Sammy
Yeah.
stuff. You saw that last summer. Holy God.
Michael, you're not getting out of this.
All
Wait,
right.
you mean it's not the drummer of Metallica?
Stop. Lars.
Lars.
Large.
And don't forget,
Leave
Did
Lars
they say
alone.
like
One,
that meme
two,
where he's
three,
like banging on the
four.
toilet and that's where he did like the drums for the
Well, at least they
Leave
didn't.
Lars alone.
At least they didn't cut his whole part out like they did Newstead on Justice for All.
hey guys, you know what? Don't forget Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich is fucking amazing.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he was.
That's number one there. So.
All right, Michael. Top 3 influences. What you got?
Well, so all right, I'll get started with like where it's, I guess
What got you started?
started
playing
with
guitar?
music. I guess.
There you go.
So as a kid, as a little kid, I used to listen to like rap, R&B,
Sure.
right? All of that. Like I love like early 2000s, 90s R&B rap. Love all of that. And I think I was in like, what was it? I think it was 3rd or 4th grade. Can't remember. I was a kid, right? I was a kid. But I was in downtown Brownsville, Texas, and I saw old acoustic in the window, and I like begged my mom for it, and she was like, "All right, I'll get it for you, but you're gonna have to learn to play it."
Mhm.
I was like, "Okay," and so she bought it and put me in lessons. Kept going to lessons, and like my teacher, I mean, he was a good teacher. He was an older guy. There's this place called Mr. Music in Brownsville. My teacher's name was Mr. Rubin. That's what we would call him. We call him Mr. Rubin. And then I had another guitar teacher. Since I was in like elementary school, so he was probably in high school or had just graduated. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I've been a guitar teacher, right? It's been like my job out of high school for forever. So I'm thinking like he was probably like my age and everything. But his name was Eric, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he played Les Paul too. But yeah, so I actually, when I first started going to guitar lessons, I hated it at first. I hated it because I felt like the teacher, he would just put the book in front of me, you know, the little like 0, 1, 2, like learning tabs, you know, learning tabs and notes. He'd just put that in front of me and then just like walk away, right? Leave me there by myself. I mean, I would play it, right? But, so I like hated it. You know, it wasn't like really engaging for me. It was like boring. You know?
Did he influence you?
Yeah. He did, yeah. I mean, he was a great player, and it actually wasn't until I watched the movie Walk the Line, Johnny Cash.
All right.
Yeah, saw that movie, and I like absolutely fell in love with the guitar. I saw that movie, and then like a little while later, I heard AC/DC for the first time on the radio. Right? I heard Highway to Hell on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And I fell in love with that guitar sound, you know? And
That explains your rig.
yeah. So it went from so Johnny Cash, AC/DC,
Coming to town.
Zeppelin. After Angus Young, Jimmy Page, you know? Jimmy Page, and then Jimi Hendrix, the Jimmys, you know?
That makes me all the more excited to hearing all of this.
Yeah.
He got so excited. I had an original.
Actually, so
Sorry.
Hey, does your bass player drive a Ford Explorer?
Possibly.
No, that's not him. No, he drives a little car.
I don't know what he drives.
Actually, so I was just on the phone there, right? AC/DC is playing on Monday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just bought a ticket.
Jerry World.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
Yeah.
No
I
shit.
just bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, you're-
Well, I work at the stadium. I manage vendors there, and so
Wait, you're gonna be there?
I'll be there. Yeah.
Where?
All over, man.
I'll meet up with you. I'm sitting in C236.
236? Okay. Yeah.
Something like that. I'll let you know when I. Yeah, I just bought the ticket because I was looking at it last night and I was contemplating going or not, but I'm like, if I don't take this chance to go see one of my guitar.
They're not getting any fucking younger.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
And I'm so sad that I missed the chance to see Malcolm Young because Malcolm Young was actually
Malk was
he
the
started
shit.
the band. You know, he taught Angus.
Angus
I
used
would've
to
loved
play
to see
drums.
him.
Did you know that? They swapped.
Yeah.
What that ticket cost?
I got it for 200. So
Too damn?
250 plus tax. Yeah.
Seen AC/DC.
How much was it? Too damn.
Yeah,
See
it's
that?
You got two.
Too damn much.
I've seen them back in the 90s.
I mean, worth it to
I love
me.
them, but
Hell.
man, I wouldn't.
See Angus
Angus-
Young right there.
Angus
Man,
still
shit.
fucking kicks it like he's 30 years old. So he's
Yeah,
still
I know.
fucking.
I am.
Guns N' Roses
I'm actually.
Skid Row, I paid
I'm actually
$20
so excited right now.
I hope you get a
The
better seat than
Starplex.
Deftones.
Sorry.
Congrats, that'll be a fucking great show.
Mhm.
I hope the fuck y'all enjoy it. That'll be awesome to go to.
Yeah. So.
So for anyone that might be watching this that went, fuck you, I'm jealous.
$18 beers, fuck you. But anyway, I'm ready to hear the music. I know we have some time to still kill, but anyway, I think we're about done with the interview, right?
We do want to thank y'all for coming out. We always love having new bands. We love meeting new people. You guys are fucking awesome people. We cannot wait to hear the fucking music, and we hope y'all enjoy your day today with us.
Well,
Thank you so much for having
Thank you,
us.
Roger,
for having
Ben,
me.
and Andy for having us out, and and also Cleo and Trixie for tolerating us.
They love y'all.
This song's called Girls Number One Revenge Year. Gory. You in the dark with your mask on, hiding away from yourself. I see a light in the tunnel since you hung me up on a shelf. The signal's always on. Oh, I've been away for so long. The city's up in flames. Break through the chains to remember the pain. In the night, we rise, we fall. 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 We rise, we fall so serious. Cause it was never that serious. Remember? The bloodstained red, like the visions inside my head. We were on the cusp. Oh, we shit out of luck. But you killed the trust. Oh, you never gave me a reason to believe in us. In the night, we fall. But I hear you call my name. Too late, like the blade you stuck in me. So deep, it's gory, gory, gory. So I so sad. Thought you'd be happy now. Are you? 'Cause you were laughing when you stabbed me in the coming back to take a peek at the knife you stuck in me so deep. You keep turning slowly, coming back to take a peek at the knife you stuck in me. When I bleed, you bleed, we'll bleed. It's gory. Is it deep enough? So is it deep enough? Is it deep enough in me? Gory, gory. Is it deep enough? Is it deep enough? Is it deep enough? Is it deep enough? Gory, 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 All right, I'm hungry.